Sunday the 18th of September, and it's 2 days after SLIMCON and I'm still tired. Oh, I should have gone to bed early last night. I ended up going on a live with Kate, and I was watching Helen and Jane's live as well, and I was just like, I'm just knackered now, and that was stupid. But I finished work at 9 and then I had my dinner and that, and I just kind of need that time to wind down before I go to bed, so I don't think I would have got to sleep any quicker anyway. So I'm just doing my breakfast at the moment. I had a meeting this morning for the year 3 to discuss what they're going to be doing over the next year for Sydney's sort of like school. So yes, I've already had 2 cups of coffee, and I've also got my second Hydramate there. I've already had one. I'm just going to have the other one, and I'll show you my breakfast in a minute. I'm also going to talk about MULLERGATE. If you're on Instagram, you may have seen it, and some people have been talking about it. I know Patrick from Way in Time has, and Trim with Tan has, and I think a few others as well. So I'm going to have a little chat about it and my thoughts on it. Yeah. So yeah, I'll show you my breakfast in a minute. I'm going to do a curry as well today. I'm just going to do it in the slow cooker, just because Jane and Helen were talking about it. I think someone said they got a new slow cooker and they were looking for suggestions. And curry is something that I love doing in the slow cooker, because it's just quick and easy to bung it all in there. It's done, dusted. I do it on the hob as well, but I'm going to do one in the slow cooker today because I'm going around to friends after school with the boys and just have a little play date. And yeah, I just want to kind of have something ready so for when I get in. So that is the plan of action. Yeah, I'll speak to you in a bit. So here's my breakfast. I've got some bacon here, which is free food and protein. I will take off the bits of fat. I don't really like those bits anyway, so they will be discarded. I've got mushrooms and spinach, which are speed, 2 hard-boiled eggs, which are protein, and some sriracha sauce. And I've got less than a tablespoon, so it's less than half a sin, but I will count it as half a sin to protect myself. I'm just going to have the rest of my coffee and my Hydramate. So I've had my breakfast and I thought I'd have a little chit chat. Ralph's just watching, as you can guess, Andy. So I want to have a little chat about SLIMCON and also MULLERGATE. Brief chat about SLIMCON. I've put my video up there of my day. I tried to film as much as I could, but it is difficult, especially like I couldn't film any of my journey because I was driving. Had a bit of a nightmare getting up there. I'd picked up Kate at this point, who by the way is just lovely, and I feel like she's like one of my really good friends. There's quite a few of them I feel like that with, and it was just like meeting her. Like, you never tell your children to go meet a stranger that you meet off the internet and share a room, and that's exactly what we did. Complete opposite of what we tell our children, but it was so lovely. It felt weird at first because you've been chatting to this person, you've been doing lives, you send messages, you know, you've got each other's telephone numbers, and then you meet them for the first time, and it's just weird because you have this connection, like a friendship, but you've never met in person before. But it was nice, you know, and we were just chatting all the way up there. Anyway, the traffic was quite bad on the M5 and M6, which I know Gavin and Helen unfortunately experienced. I'm sure quite a few others did as well. Lots of roadworks and things like that, so it's kind of stop start stop start. And our car, I was riding on the clutch a bit, and it literally, it's like you have like this key to put in, not like a car key, you just put this, I think most cars have this now, you plug it in, push it in, it's just this plastic thing, and it just starts the engine, and it just wasn't, it just cut out, and it wasn't starting. Darren thinks I had turned something off, which I may have done. I might have knocked a switch or something, which shouldn't have caused that, he said, but maybe, I don't know. We were panicking. We were there for about 5 minutes. I put the hazards on and everything. Luckily no one was going fast because they were just going slow. They were just going round us, but it was already 2 lanes because of roadworks, and there was no hard shoulder, and I was just like, what are we gonna do? Like, we're stuck on the motorway. Stupidly, I've got no road cover, like road recovery, which I should have taken out before I was doing a long journey. We don't tend to do like massive long journeys, and we've always got someone we can call locally. And Darren's pretty good with cars, and it was just like, what do we do? In the end, like, I phoned up Darren thinking, what should I do? Like, ask him. And as soon as I did that, he picked up the phone and it started. Thank gosh. But it was literally, I was anxious the whole journey up there, because I was just like, I'm not going to ride the clutch. And I was fine. And it was fine on the way back as well. So yes, Me and Kate nearly got stranded. Yeah, we got to the hotel, met everyone, and it was just really, really nice. Just felt at ease. It was like Rachel, again, it's like meeting an old friend, and you just, I don't know, it's just lovely. You know, had this connection, and Nikki was just brilliant. Nikki is Nikki. Yeah, we had such a laugh that weekend. And then I met Helen and Jane, and Helen and Jane have Trim Rattan. I've always watched. I watched them on my original Slim and Well journey, which was the previous year, which I just towards the end, and I decided not to do Slim and Well anymore. And then I just did like, yeah, I just, as I said before, I've done something else, and something clicked in the summer, and I was like, I've got to go back to Slim and Well because I'm going to make it work this time. I don't want another birthday feeling like how I feel. And you know, I've got that big birthday coming up, but I want every birthday to feel the way I'm going to feel on this birthday coming up. So meeting Helen and Jane and Trim Rattan they're just lovely. Like, all of them, what you see is what you get. Helen is just gorgeous, just makes you laugh, and I just feel like we're going to have a good like friendship. And I just know that, you know, her and Jane, you know, they're just so lovely. They have this beautiful bond, their friendship, and you can just see it. And it's like that, you know, they only met through doing vlogging, but it's like they've had this friendship for years, and it is just what you see is what you get, with a cherry on top. I said, you know, both of them, and Trim Rattan as well. She's just fantastic. She joined us on the Sunday. She wasn't staying at the hotel because she was quite near, but it was just a brilliant day. It was lovely seeing lots of you lovely subscribers and putting names to faces. Yeah, it was just really nice, and meeting, you know, Frida and Natalie Marie Josie, and just people you watch and people you chat to. Frida, bless her, she came all the way from Cornwall, and she, you know, a few weeks ago she didn't think she was coming, and she came up, and it was just like, oh, it's so lovely that she did manage to come up there. And it was obviously a tough journey for her, but I think she enjoyed it, and hopefully, you know, SLIMCON looks like it's going ahead for next year, and there'll be more information about that coming out as the year, sort of towards next year, as it gets nearer. So look out for that, but it might be in a different location, hopefully a little bit more down south. That would be quite nice. But yeah, maybe they'll mix it up and just move it around the country different times, just so that everyone can have a chance to get to it. But yeah, if you want to go and you can get to it, definitely recommend it. I feel really motivated now just to get to my target and maintain, and like progress from there. There was Henry Vincent there. If you watch my video, you'll see him doing like little exercise, and he was basically trying to encourage people, don't normally exercise, to exercise, and you don't have to like go running, you know, go and do a 5k run or something. You can just sit down and do exercise to begin with, just to get your bodies moving. If you don't already, walking is a brilliant exercise if you just want to start gently. You know, and as the weight falls off, you know, with exercise and healthy eating, whether that be Slim and Well Weight Watchers or just a healthy balanced diet, then eventually you'll be able to move more, and you know, find an exercise that suits you, that you enjoy. But yeah, it was a brilliant day. I could talk about it for ages, but I'm not going to, because I'm going to talk about MULLERGATE. Now, if you've been on Instagram, you will probably have seen this, and I know a few others have done videos already. One moment. Sorry about that. So yesterday, my consultant put a message on our Facebook Slim and Well group, and then it was all over Instagram. She wanted to get that message out because she knew what social media is like. And yeah, there's been a few changes, not just with Muller Lights, but similar brands. There's been changes, positive as well. Now, I'm just giving my personal opinion, but there has been a bit of an uproar about it. It was the same when Pasta and Sauce, and it was the same with mug shots, and it was the same with, I don't know, something else, but we get over it. Slim and Well do this to protect your weight loss. If you have, you know, there's people that are saying there's people in their group having 6 to 8 Muller Lights a day and then wonder why they maintain every week. There is a calorie deficit there, and I know we shouldn't be counting calories, but there is. So I don't actually like Miller Lites. I have had them on this journey, but then I discovered quark, and the end of last year I started to sort of forgetting about the Miller Lites and heading towards quark, and since then, yeah, that's all I have. I do buy the odd Miller Lite to do a recipe, but I can miss that out, or I just sin it, because that's what's going to happen. They're going to have sins. So I'm going to give you this is all now gone on the website, but obviously please always check the app or the website to protect yourself and check the sins yourself. But so the things that have changed are Miller Lites and similar, so like Aldi and Lidl do similar, the Broccoli or whatever they do. I've never had them, but they were sin free. They are now going to be 1 sin each. The Danone Activia is 0%, is going to be half a sin. So things like the Miller Lite Greek style 0%, they're going to have a sin value. I think they're only going to be half, but check the app. There is also, what's the other ones? The Light and Free, Danone Light and Free. I'm sure they're going to be sint. I haven't checked, but please go and check the app. I use them now and again, but I think some of them are going to be 1 sin or half a sin, 1 sin, 1.5. But just check the app each time, just so you get up to date with what the updates are. So basically, any low fat or fat free sweetened yogurt that's got like fruit based or fruit flavouring, it's probably going to be sinned. The other thing they have changed is the fat-free flavoured, fat-free flavoured yogurt is going to have a sin value. The other thing is, which is a positive, is dairy-free soya plain yogurts are going to be free. So that's good. Obviously, again, check the app. I'm not going to keep saying checking the app because that's what you need to do. There's going to be some new healthy extra A's, which is the 40 grams of cocoa, dairy-free alternative to cheddar is going to be a healthy extra A, and 40 grams of the Daya medium cheddar style cheese. It's not cheese, but it's like the vegan cheese is 40 grams. So great news for vegans. And I've mentioned before that I really want to get into heading towards a plant-based vegan diet. Whether I be like that all the time, I really enjoyed Veganarian and I want to head towards that, but at the moment I just want to concentrate, get into Target and then look at incorporating it. But what I can do is start to incorporate it now, because you can have some as your healthy extras. So I just want to get used to it. I already have the milk, which is I'm fine. I just know that now that I can have other things like cheese and things like that I can either sin or have as a healthy extra and incorporate as part of my sort of vegan lifestyle that I want to kind of get to, plant-based anyway. And the other thing is canned jackfruit, which is a meat alternative. It's going to be a freed food again, which is great news for vegans or people who just don't like meat. Some people use jackfruit and it's great for pulled pork recipes, so you can use it as a pulled pork alternative. And yeah, I've used it before and it's brilliant. So if you are vegan or you don't like eating too much meat, but it's just a great alternative to use. And now it's free. The other thing is Smash is now going to be 3.5 sins per 100 grams made up. I do use Smash, and the only thing I use Smash for is my fakeaways, like the chicken thighs or chicken breasts, which I coat in egg and then dip it in the Smash. That is classed as tweak anyway, but I still do it now and again. And when I say now and again, like every 2 or 3 weeks I will do it, so it's very rare. I do it with fish again. I mean, I've only had that 2 or 3 times since I'm doing this journey, so again it's very, very rare. And I don't have Smash for like as a potato based, like on the side of a, you know, like some meat and vegetables. I don't use it for that, so that's the only reason I use Smash. Will I sin it? Maybe I'll add half a sin, but I use only a small amount. So, and usually I have a few sins left at the end of the day, so it won't be too bad, it'll be fine. And if it does start to, then I'll start to sin it, you know, measure it out properly. Tinned pasta, and I've always wondered why this isn't sin, why this is free food. But yeah, tin pasta is going to be half a sin per 100 grams. So I think most of them are like about 400 grams. So that's going to be 2 sins, a big tin. And I can see why. It's got lots of sugars in it. There's no protein in it. It's just pasta, which even though pasta is a free food, they say it's because you can't chew it. It's the density of it. And I kind of get that. But the amount of times you use it, will it really affect your sin? I don't know. It's up to you. If you have had a weight loss journey on Slimming World and you've eaten spaghetti hoops like 2 or 3 times a week and it's not affected your weight loss, it's up to you. But if you're one of those people you have it quite a lot and your weight loss is slow, maybe try and like sin it, if you do one of those people who use all your sins, and see if that makes a difference. That's all they're saying. And that's what some consultants who are on Instagram have been saying as well. Is it because there's sugars and things like that in there that they're having quite an excessive amount? And Slimmers, well, do say that you should try to aim to have 3 meals a day and be, you know, full up, and don't start picking on something else. Just because it's a free food doesn't mean you should eat it all the time. It is about recognising, and it is in the book, it says all this, and your consultant will probably say this to you as well. It is about recognising when you're actually hungry. It isn't just about eating bowls of pasta all day and then wondering why you're not losing weight. So that's my view on it. Do what you like with it. If you've eaten 8 Muller Lights a day and your weight loss is brilliant, then do you want to change it? It's up to you. If you enjoy Muller Lights, for me, Muller Light is not affecting me. I've always wondered why it's not sinned. Same as other like fat-free and low-fat yogurts. Some of them already sinned. So I do wonder why they hadn't. But yeah, it's fine. That, you know, doesn't really affect me. Tinned pasta and things like that, again, it's once in a blue moon. I probably count on one hand, if that, on this journey, about the amount of times I've eaten tinned pasta. Great news about the positives though, for vegans especially, and people that are like lactose intolerant and dairy, you know, tolerant, so they can have an alternative now as your healthy extras, or a free food in the case of the plain soy yogurt. And same about the smash. You know, if you haven't sinned it before, obviously you don't need to sin it, but if you've used it as a free food and you have it, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a week and your weight loss is fine, then, you know, it's up to you, carry on. But that's just my view on it. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. But I just think they're making these changes as a positive. We all thought they were going to bring out, you know, their own mugshot similar sachets, but did they? No, they didn't. They have their own range, and I don't know how they can bring out like a yogurt alternative and then sin Muller Lights, you know, unless it's made out of quark. And it's, I mean, most flavoured quarks I think are slightly sinned anyway. So that's my view on it. Take what you with it or do with it. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you. But as I said, please check the app and the website for the full details. I'm enjoying my cup of tea now. I've got so much to do. I need to go on the computer and I need to sort out Sydney's beaver stuff, and I need to get this curry on the go. So I will speak to you later. So for lunch today, I've got one of the gluten-free, wheat-free, and they're called bee-free stone-baked pita, which is my healthy extra bee. It's the first one of the day, with 20 grams of lighter cheddar, which is half my healthy extra A, served with red pepper, mushrooms and ham. And I pop that in the oven just for about sort of 15 minutes, just so that it gets cooked. I've served it with salad and half a sin's worth of the lighter than light mayo. So that's my lunch. So I'm just going to have an easy peeler, which is a speed. It's just gone 2 o'clock. I'm feeling a bit peckish and I want to have something before I pick up Sydney. And I'm also having this baobab powder. There is sins in it, I guess there is. It's because it's 100 grams, 222 calories. However, I don't sin it because this contains lots of vitamin C. I have a cold coming. I think it's just from SLIMCON, where I'm just really tired. Yeah, just run down because obviously all the driving and the just tired basically. So I've added like 2 teaspoons into here. I could sin it half a sin, and I've got plenty of sins to have it, so you know, if you want to sin it, then sin it. But it has a really high consistency of vitamin C. You know, you can eat all the vitamin C from fruit you want, but this is better. Like, has really lots of vitamin C, and that's all I take for cold. I don't take any cold or flu tablets or anything like that. I just have vitamin C, and that keeps things at bay. I'm just feeling it. I just want to take the edge off it, so that's what I use. So I'm just having, gonna make myself a cup of tea. I'm having the Yorkshire tea biscuit brew, which is sin-free. It's just tastes like rich teas and tea, basically. It's really nice. I love it. I'm going to have that with some almond milk, which is part of my healthy extra A. I'm also going to have a pear as well. It's about 4 o'clock, so this will tide me over now until dinner time. So here is my slow cooked curry. I'm going to put the recipe up on my channel. You'll see that shortly. And I served it with some butternut squash for a speed. So that's my SP dinner. So I'm just having a little pudding, and I'm using 40 grams of grape nut, which is my second healthy extra B. And I've got some quark with a tablespoon of Nutella, which is a level tablespoon for 4 sins. And I topped it with some frozen fruit and popped that in the fridge today, ready for this evening. So I'm just having a curly whirly for 6 sins, and that means I'm ending the day on 11 sins in total and a great SP day. I also just let you know that next Sunday is the last day to enter my 1k YouTube giveaway. If you look back a few previous videos, there is the giveaway which has the details on how to enter. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Bye.